Hi, I'm Anurag from AnuragShuklaji.com, and this is the third video in the competition research. Now we're finally getting the meat and potatoes, the main analysis of our primary and secondary competition. Also, we will be spotting opportunities and market threats. So let's get into it. So this is the first graph that we have, which is for cost for two. And we can see the salad jar, there's steamed, which is cheapest, but I didn't find their presence anywhere on the internet apart from the website. So I'm just going to ignore that because that's not going to give us anything. I'm going to look at the salad jar, which has about 80 dirhams for two people. And let me get myself out of here. And we have common grounds, which is about 280 dirhams for two people. So this is what the pricing structure seems like. And I've also identified the average of all these prices, and it comes to about 150. So this is where these are the restaurants who are in the sort of the average price range. Now let's move on to the next chart, which is the average rating chart. I want to see all these restaurants which are below 4, and I want to identify them as opportunity restaurants because these restaurants will have a lot of negative reviews and I can use them for my learning to understand market opportunities. And these are the restaurants that are going to have a lot of positive reviews, and these could be my market threats or something that you shouldn't drop a ball on. I mean, I would also want to see what these restaurants have to say, but that's the spectrum. That's what it looks like. Next, let's move on to the primary competitors and see what USP do these guys have. So there are two main areas, calorie counted and non-calorie counted. Actually, I've written this a different name. It's the same thing as health-centric cafe, but you get the point, right? Health-centric cafe or non-calorie counted and calorie counted. And I can see that salad seems to be slightly popular in both the sections. There are about out of 7, there are 3 salad-specific restaurants, and then there is a nutrition expert, and then there is healthy and tasty generic category, and then there's a vegan and acai specialist. So vegan, acai, healthy and tasty, nutrition, and salad. These seem to be the 5 zones that all my primary competitors are. So now I've understood a little bit about my competition and where do they fall, what price range, how people have rated these restaurants. So let's get into the process. Now I want to just talk about the process. I'm not going to get into the detailed analysis of each of these restaurants. All I want to do is show the process that I've followed to get the inferences that I will talk about in the end of this video. So the process is 6-step process. I first analyze the brand words, brand positioning and USP, strengths and weaknesses, website audit, Instagram audit, and paid promotion audit. I'm sorry, there's a bit of a typo here. So I talked about the brand. I've already done the brand USP and brand words audit before, but let me just quickly show you a really interesting tool. What I do is I jump onto my competitor's website and I check what are these guys talking about. I go to their About Us section and see what these guys are talking about and make a note of this. Another tool that you can use to make this even quicker, if there's a lot of text, what you can do is, let me get myself out of the screen. Use a tool called Word Tracker Scout. Now what this tool does is, if you click on it, it will quickly gather all the information on the page and show it to you in a word cloud format. Now this is really interesting because I want to see the most popular words that these guys have. So I can see health, I can see team balance, nutritionists, I can see artichoke, which is artichoke is the logo that they have. Am I getting anything interesting? Calories, nutritional. So I can understand nutrition is repeating a little. There are calories, their diet. Obviously, they are very diet and calorie centric and talking about. You can also change this graph from high to low, and it will reduce your word cloud density because now these are the most highly relevant words. And I can see nutrition still is in this cloud, and also artichoke and healthy. So I can understand that which zone these guys are in. What this tool also does is, there's something really interesting that I encourage you to look at, is click on the insight part of it. Now insight tells you what is the page title, what is the meta tag description, and what is the H1. Obviously these guys don't have, so I know that these guys have not optimized their page. Let's probably look at another website to see if these guys have optimized page on this. So as you can see, this obviously shows the word cloud of right byte, and if you just like decrease it, you'll see meal plans, you'll see meal, nutrition again, right? And then like as you increase, you can see more of the word cloud and you can get more information about the website. Now let's look at their inside. So they have a page title which is healthy food in Dubai, healthy meal plans. So these are the keywords that they obviously are targeting, and they have a lot of H1 tags. Okay, Right Bite is a healthy food delivery service in the UAE. So obviously they're talking about health food and delivery service and meal plans, and these are the zones that they're in. So you can really understand about what your competitor is in immediately with this tool. And that's why I use Word Tracker Scout. And there are other tools in the market, but this is really easy and you don't want to get into details. This is not a SEO session, and we'll talk about SEO at a later stage. But at this stage, I know that what these guys talk about, I know what these guys talk about. I have read through it and I've used this tool. Great. So now you've made a note about their USP, the words that these guys are using. It's time to move on to the main crux of understanding opportunities and threats in the market. And I like to do that by going through the reviews. This is the best place to look at how your competitor is performing. These competitors are probably selling to the same customer as I would be. So I just really want to see what are the pain points of these customers and what do they like about this. There are three places where I visit. One is Zomato review, the other one is Google review, and the third one is TripAdvisor reviews. So I just like to visit these reviews, read them, understand them. Now, after reading through them manually, it can get a little cumbersome if you have to do it for 7 restaurants. What I do is I just like literally take this entire thing because this is such an extensive big review, read through it as much as you can if you have the stomach to do it, but copy paste this and as many reviews as possible on a word sheet or on a notepad and visit these two websites that I really like. One is writewords.org and one is online-utility.org. All you have to do is literally just copy paste the word, and what this tool will do is analyze the text and will tell you the most repeated terms, words, and phrases, right? So in this, what you can, in text analyzer, what you can do is you just have to paste the URL if you just want to paste the URL. But I recommend if you're reading the reviews from a third party, I just like to copy paste and put it here because there's unnecessary lot of words that are not required. So I just want to keep it only strictly to the reviews. So I copy paste the reviews and paste them here, or you can also put a URL here and it'll tell you the word count of each word and which is the most popular. Then what I do is I pick out the words that are interesting to me, anything that's negative, anything that talks about the food, any of these kinds of words, I just pick them up and go back to Zomato or any of these profiles, review profile sites, and I Control F and I find all these words and try to find the context. If it's a burger that's been repeated 12 times, what are people saying about this burger? Is it good? Is it bad? Is it expensive? Is it not? Is it dry? Is it juicy? What are the people talking about it? So I get a lot of understanding from that. Now, after going through all of this, the next thing that I like to do is check out how is the website of my competitors. And there are three things that I check in a website. The first one is the website mobile optimized or not? That is one of the most important things for me. Is it on brand or not? And does it have a fully functional ordering system or not? This is literally bare minimum of what you can expect from a website. And I want to check these three basic things. If you're a restaurant, you got to have these three things in place for you. Then the next thing that I like to do is do an Instagram audit. Now, before I get into Instagram audit, I want to quickly talk about how do I identify a good Instagram account. And I want to talk about it because I know this is a bit of a tricky topic. A lot of people seem to think that the account that has the most Instagram followers is the biggest account. Unfortunately, that's not the case. You got to look at the engagement rate. So what I do is I look at the engagement rate and I also look at the followers and I try and like weigh both, and then I pick out my competitors that I want to analyze. Let me just show you a quick example. I have taken two examples here. One is Organic Food UAE, which has about 30,000, 29,000, and Projecto Akai, which is about 11,000 followers. So this is literally more than double the followers. But if you look at the engagement rate, you look at 0.26 engagement rate for Organic Food UAE, and that they on and on an average they have about 70 likes and 2 comments, and the Project Akai gets about 183 likes and 9 comments. So obviously Project Akai is the winner because they're doing something right, and I want to learn from them and not from these guys. So just a quick snapshot of how you should be picking out Instagram accounts that you want to follow and understand more from. If none of my primary competitors have good Instagram account, then I like to make a note of this in my opportunities because that's an opportunity for me. I can build my own community. Nobody's doing that. And then go to my secondary or tertiary competitors. Now, there are a couple of tools that I use for Instagram audit. All right, this is tool number one. It's called Sprout Social. It's a social media management software. Really interesting. What I love about this tool is the section which is competition insight. You can just put all your Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter competitors, and then like just literally just copy paste them, and it can instantly tell you a lot of information about them. So information like audience growth, which competitor has grown by how much in whatever time frame that you select. Then you can understand things like publishing behavior, who is pushing more videos out, who's pushing more pictures out, just understanding little how many posts in a month are these guys pushing out, which are the most popular hashtags are these guys using, how many likes did they get, what are the comments, how many comments did they get, and what is the engagement per media. I use this and I divide this by their followers to get the engagement rate at this point because I don't have an idea about their reach. What you can also do is you can go and visit any of these websites, which are Flanks, the other ones, Triber, and there's IG Audit. This also, if you just put the Instagram handle here, it can give you interesting information. This is where you can get the engagement rate of a particular account. So that's how I do my Instagram analysis. And the last section in my competition analysis is the paid analysis. I just want to quickly take you through my process here. Let me go to Facebook page. So there is a section for each Facebook page which is called info and ads, and that's where I like to visit because I know most of the restaurants are running Facebook ads. They're also running Google ads, and there are tools for that. You can use tools like SpyFu is one of the very popular, SEMrush, SEMrush as they call it. There are a couple of tools that you can use to spy on what competitor is doing on Google ads. But Facebook ads, one of the cheapest and one of the best tools that everybody's using at this point. And I like to go and visit what kind of ads are these guys running. So I'm on RightByte's website, Facebook page, and I can see that they're running, the first ad that they're running is about personalized meal plans. So they're pushing meal plans out. They are pushing this is sort of a brand awareness ad, which is just talking about since when this guy's been in the business. The other one's about vegan, also bonus offers to sign up for their meal plans. So just understanding where and what these guys are running and where is it taking you. You can click on the ad and you can see where are these guys taking you. What's the landing page? So obviously you can see the meal plan page is where they take you. So interesting as an insight, and also I recommend you make a note of all the different kind of themes that you see with the paid ads. So we saw brand words, brand positioning and USP, strengths and weakness, website audit, Instagram audit, and paid audit. So these are the 6 steps pretty much I take, and I do this for all my competition, especially my primary competition, to understand as much as I can understand about it. Now, I'm not going to do this process, and you can find a live example of this. I've done it with Earth, which is one of my primary competitor, and I've put that out. What are the inferences I got from each audit at each stage? And my blog, you can visit anuragchiklaji.com and check that out.